All right, we are live, and I want to welcome you, Christine. For those of you who are watching this live on Facebook or on YouTube, I want to introduce you to Christine Mabry. Christine is a local business owner here in Tracy. She owns a game store called Black Rowan Games, and
Yeah.
like many of our businesses in the whole country right now, they are all trying to figure out how to survive and adapt to COVID-19. And so we wanted to feature Christine tonight so that she can tell us how we can support local business. But also, she owns a game store, and we are all at home, trapped with family. I shouldn't say trapped with family.
So many
We're
things.
all
Yeah. Oops, that kind of came out.
yeah, you're right. So we're all at home with family, trying to figure out new ways to, enjoy our time together. And so I'm hoping Christine's going to share a lot of fun games with us and a lot of opportunity for us to get involved with her business. And with that, Christine, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us about what I didn't tell us? Tell us way more.
Yeah. So my name's Christine Mabry, and our family owns this game store. My husband Noel, and we have two teenagers, 14, almost 14, and 16. And so how did we get here? We had friends who gave us a game called Zombie Dice, and I didn't bring it over here, but we carry it here. It's just a cute little dice game. We loved it. Then they invited us over to their family game night, and they played a game called King of Tokyo, which is another dice game. And we're like, what are these games we've never heard of? And from there, we discovered there's a YouTube channel that Will Wheaton does called Tabletop, and he teaches you how to play games. And so we would watch those as a family, pick out games we wanted to try, and then we would have family game nights. And so, oh gosh, before as of about a year ago, we probably had over 100 games, and some of them are short, some are long, but it was really fun to interact with the kids and see how they think. So we'd always wanted to open a business. Tracy is so supportive of local business. We knew this was the right place. There's never been a game store in Tracy, just some hobby stores. So we opened the end of September. So 6 months later, here's the pandemic. And yeah. But one quick thing I do want to mention, people ask us all the time, what is Black Rowan? Rowan was our dog, and Rowan is who you see in our logo. She was 18 years old when we had to put her down, but she was the best dog ever. My husband plays PC gaming under the tag Black Rowan, and so we just always knew we were going to name a business after that. So that's where that comes. We are a dog-friendly store when we're open, and people do bring their dogs, so that's kind of fun. So.
Oh, that was really nice. Thanks for sharing. Now we know where to find your husband on PC game. Is that like Fortnite or?
What are you playing these days, Noel? What games are you playing these days? PC. PC. Star Wars: The Old Republic right now, apparently.
So those of you who played that game, your husband at Black Rowan. So awesome. So thanks for sharing. And it's for those of you who have not been to the store doesn't just sell games. It really brings opportunities for the community to come together. You can have a birthday party there, they have game nights and all kind of games. So you shared a little bit about the games that you got involved with. What were dice games? So what's the goal?
Oh gosh,
like why would a family want to play a dice game?
Right. Oh my gosh. Well, first, there are so many games. There's dice-based games. There's card-based games. You have competitive games, right? When you're competing against each other, kind of like Monopoly, right? You're trying to get the most money or whatever. But there are also collaborative games where you work together with the other players who might be different characters to defeat the mechanics of the game. So that's fun too. I think dice games are simple usually to learn. And card games. But here I want to show you one. This one seems very appropriate right now. It's called Pandemic.
Oh, definitely. Tell us more.
Right. So pretty easy to learn. This one is for ages 8 and up, actually, 2 to 4 players. It's about 45 minutes. So each of the players here, I actually got some of the things. You pick a character, and you have different abilities. So you might be, for example, a medic. So the medic can heal. Here's a researcher. The researcher has certain skills. The quarantine specialist. And you have different skills, and you work together as this pandemic is breaking out across the world to try and contain it. So you can talk to each other and say, hey, I think you should go there, or hey, what should I do next? If I do this, you do that. And so you try to win that way. Big favorite.
Sounds like a real life game right now.
Right, I know, but it's kind of funny. And we just got 4 copies of this in, but it's literally, we haven't been able to get it for months because everybody's been wanting to play it. So
I think they might rename a special edition.
Right? There's so many versions too, yeah. So I did bring I have a couple of my personal favorite games sitting here with me that I can show you, and they're all family friendly.
Awesome. What's the most popular, Christine, what's the most popular game that you've been selling during this whole pandemic?
Yeah, so lots of Ticket to Ride. I don't know if anyone has seen this game before. It's, there you go. So you have this board with the United States, and you, although it comes in other versions too, and you have a card that tells you that you need to connect your train from one city to another. And you do that by drawing the color cards down here. And you try to build as many routes across the United States as you can with your trains.
That's pretty cool.
It's very cute. And it's for also 8+, 2 to 5 players. This is my daughter who's almost 14. This is actually her favorite game.
Right. Do adults get into that one, or is that one more for the younger crowd?
This is older or younger, 8 and up. It's good for everybody. It's won all kinds of awards too.
All right, award-winning games. Cool.
And then if you really want to, though, here's a junior version. So if you want one for the littles, so this is for 6 and up, you could get a simpler version of it, which is cute.
Is that really good? I have a friend who her son loves trains. He collects little trains. Is that kind of a good game because the whole concept is built around trains, or
around trains? Yeah. And you also, there's always learning components to games too. Like this one, they have to learn their colors because they have to match the colors. You have to count because you have to collect, 5 trains for this route or 3 trains for this route. So there's a lot of learning in it also.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, here's another favorite. This one we sell a lot of. It's called Dixit. It's sort of like Apples to Apples, but with pictures. So there's these beautiful cards, and the person whose turn it is selects a card from their hand and creates a phrase that describes it. So then everybody else who's playing also picks a card from their hand they think is described by that phrase. You mix them all up and you put them on the table, and then everybody votes. So you're trying to get people to vote for your card. And it's really simple. People love it. I've had homeschool families also use it to create storytelling opportunities where you put the picture of the card down and you have to create a story together. So very versatile. Also has an educational component.
Wow,
plus that's just really pretty.
That's great. That's really good. So I've heard competitive games. I've heard educational games. And I just think there's so many opportunities, especially while everyone's at home. So is there any the games that when parents are trying to work from home and homeschool, is there a game that, maybe a recess game or something?
Oh, a recess game? We actually have quite a few. We still have more educational games too. I have math games. I have science games, history games. Okay, so it depends. So we also have party games. This is like a popular one right now. Sushi Go. There's Sushi Go. This is Sushi Go Party. So you're using these cards and you're creating like a, the sushi. What am I trying to say? The sushi thing that goes around when you're at the sushi restaurant. Yeah, like the menu. So this is cute. You're collecting cards that match. So that's really popular. So we have party games that are good too.
Is that kind of a Go Fish? Tell me more about Sushi Go. Is that like a Go Fish type of game where you're trying to match the cards for the younger?
It's a conveyor. That's what I'm trying to say. You're simulating a sushi conveyor, and so you're passing cards, but you're trying to collect your meal, sort of. with that. So this is the party version of it. So this is for 2 to 8 players. You can play with 8 people with this one.
Nice.
So, I know there's so many. I mean, there's so many fun games. And I will say, if you call us or send us a message, needing some help picking one out that's appropriate for your family, we will answer and we'll walk you through it and tell you some options. And our web store has pretty robust descriptions of all the games that are on there. Try to include pictures of not just the cover of it, but also what the components look like, so you can see what it looks like.
Awesome. I'll definitely be sure to put your website up on the screen before we take off so that people can take a look at your website. And I can attest, because I said, hey, do you have, what was I looking for? Jenga. And you're like, no, we don't have Jenga, but we do have, and give me some alternatives. Yes. And I think it's really good to have, local people in the community who will have a little more patience and kind of talk us through what it is that we're trying to get.
Right. It's different than Amazon, right? Because you can call and talk to someone and get a represent,
Yeah, and my shipment's going to be here and delivered.
Yeah, that's true. We do deliver right now, so right to your porch. Mm-hmm.
So tell us, your store has a tagline, and that tagline. Why don't you tell us about your tagline and how you came up with that?
Sure. So our tagline is games to bring family, friends, and community together. So we like to say that our store is a gathering place for the community. We just happen to do it through games. We actually have, I'm sitting at one of our tables. Let's see if you get really nice tables. I lost my.
You're still here.
Okay, there I am. I can't see myself. So we have 3 really nice gaming tables. We have 8-foot tables over in an open gaming area where people can just come in and sit down and play with each other. We have a game library that you can borrow from of over, I think we're up to 130 or 40 games too. So you can try before you buy, which is another thing. But what we found is you might come in with a friend or just wander in because you like games, but a lot of people kind of find their tribe when they come here. They find new friends. We have friends now that we didn't know 6 months ago that we would consider family now. So it's a great opportunity to know your neighbors and become closer in the community. And that's something that was really, really important to us,
yes.
Especially in the age of video games and screens. And even though my husband's playing a PC game up there, we actually don't have any video games in our store. We don't sell any. It's all board games, role-playing games, storytelling games, but no video games here.
That's awesome. So you really are about bringing families together, not, we have so much screen time already, just checking text messages.
Right.
And that's where you check a text message and then your Facebook notification pops up. So there's
20
a lot
email addresses. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of screen time. So I really appreciate that you're kind of taking us back to old school basics where, you're actually sitting down, you're engaging with your family and your friends. And I've gone in your store and it was amazing how quickly people caught on, and you just go and there's just people sitting around grabbing games. And yeah, it's awesome.
It's been, the community's been so supportive just since day one. I mentioned we're the first game store to ever open here, and people will come in and say, oh my gosh, I've wanted a game store. I haven't had a place to play since King's Comics went out of business, 10 years ago, or, so there are gaming communities, people who play certain games, who create leagues and groups of people who like the same things they do. So we're really excited. We find people come in and there's somebody who's, a champion, and they want to be a champion for the game and say, hey, I'll organize everything. Can you just give me the space and advertise it? So we like that.
Nice. Too. Well, Teresa Sherman has put a message on Facebook, and she says, we love Black Rowan Games, and she says hi. So
hi, Teresa. Yeah, she's one of those family people. Hi.
Oh, she's become family, right?
She's like
so
family,
why don't you tell us a little bit about how you've been surviving and during this COVID-19? How have you been in the community and engaging them with your game store while this has been going on?
Yeah, so funny, we actually started to see a decrease in attendance at our store early in March. And our sales are very dependent on, you mentioned we have special events and game nights and things. And the more people that are in the store, the better your sales are. And so when the numbers started to decline, we were like, what's going on? So I think we closed on the 20th of March. Completely, like to the public. And then we got our web store up by the 25th. So we found out our point of sale system had an integrated web store option to it. So we were on the phone with the help desk saying, help us get this up, and how do we put it on our website? And so we did that, let people know. We do a lot of social media, stay active and engage with the folks who follow us. And wow, have people been supportive. We're hooked into a network of other game store owners through Facebook and other organizations. And most of them are reporting that they're also doing web sales with delivery and curbside, and or curbside. And they're at about 30% of their regular sales, which is hard. And I am so blessed to be able to say we're over 50% of our regular revenue just in the web sales right now. Yeah, crazy. And so we're delivering to Tracy and Mountain House for free. We'll also go a little further for a very small fee. So it's kind of fun. We get to wave at people, who are regulars in the store, and even new customers. We're like, drop it on the porch and say hello. So that's really fun for us.
That's cool. I imagine that when this is over, they're going to invite you in to play the games, because you may just
we're going to invite them. They got to come back. We're lonely up there. There's 4,000 empty square feet. We got to get some people back in here again. Yeah, that'll be interesting. We'll see how that works out. But and then in addition to that, we did start a GoFundMe to kind of bridge the gap for our rent for a couple of months. And again, just amazed with that. We started that, a week and a half ago, and we're already at, $6,400 out of $7,500 that we asked for. And so I have cried multiple times seeing the donations come in, and not just from people we know, but from other people and, friends from way back. And it's just overwhelming, and people just really want us to be here when this is over, and so they can come back and have a place to game, and not just to do to gather and have friends, just do it through games. That's what I say. So
that is truly, not only is it truly a blessing, but it's truly amazing to see the community come together. Your store is about community. Your motto is about community, and to see so many people come and support you. I love how you learned how to become innovative. So you got your website beefed up. You started
an entrepreneur.
You never imagined making deliveries, right? I'm sure that wasn't in the plans. Right.
I didn't know how to make a web store beforehand. I didn't know, there's so many things you have to learn on the fly. So, and I'm happy to see lots of our neighbors are doing the same thing. We're close to downtown. There's quite a few stores going online, and it's exciting. I check their Facebook pages all the time to see what's new. So I can imagine the whole community is on, keeping an eye on things. It's nice.
That's really awesome. So, would you say, or is there anything positive? So I know you've already mentioned you had to kind of, the new word that we've been using is pivot. You quickly learn how to pivot in order to keep your business alive. Are there any positive lessons that you'd like to share that you've learned throughout the process?
Well, I already mentioned that it's just been so positive, the response from the community and the support. So the GoFundMe has been spread around quite a bit. And so I actually think that more people know we're here than did before the pandemic and shelter in place started, just because so many people have been gracious enough to share that GoFundMe. And so I'm excited to get to meet those folks in person when we open back up again. And then, like I said, it's been I can't believe that our sales are as good as they are, given everything else. I we've talked to other business owners. There are quite a few others that are actually doing okay right now. Not great, not as well as we did before, but there are some who feel pretty confident they're going to still be here when we come out of this, and we feel pretty confident that we will too, even as a new business. It was almost better that we were new because we didn't have 20 employees to make sure got taken care of, and we're able to handle this just husband-wife team, making deliveries after our full-time jobs. So
no, that's awesome that you were able to make that adjustment. It's so great to hear that you're going to survive this COVID, your business is going to survive the COVID environment, and that really the community is stepping up, because that's what it's all about.
They really are. Yeah. We're so grateful.
Yeah. So what I would like to do, you have a website. So why don't we go ahead and share your website? And okay, I think I'm going to do
just the web store. Yeah.
I just want to share the website, not us. Let's see. How do we do that? Okay, I'm learning, people. I'm learning. Okay.
I can see it. Yeah.
Can you see it? Okay. So
I see, that's the featured items that are on the first page of our web store. So we have it's easy to. So I had to add a new arrivals thing because we actually. So before everything closed down, we were at a games trade show of all things, and so a lot of that stuff's starting to come in. So we have a lot of new stuff. We do digital gift cards, and then
walk through the site. Let's walk through it real quick. So you have your new arrivals, which is the top left, and then gift cards. So you can purchase the gift card right here online. Is that right?
And it just comes to you by email and has a code that you use. It's very easy. You could buy one for someone else and send it. Teacher appreciation, end of school gifts, And then under the board games thing has some subcategories in it. So if you're looking for kids, I have the games for younger kids, games for older kids, 2-player games. There's some people who just have 2 people sheltering in place at their home. And there are some games. Here's one.
That's nice.
That's just for 2 players. So, and runs really well that way. So we have, there's so many games. Yes. We have a Kickstarter section. We have, you name it, we have it.
Wow. That is really good. Really good to see. And so you mentioned something that's really a huge opportunity right now. High school seniors, people all over the nation are actually adopting high school seniors. So
I saw your daughter got adopted.
My daughter got adopted. She's a senior in high school. And so basically what we're doing is we're going into social media. You post, a picture of your daughter or your child. You tell their high school story, and then we're just adopting each other's kids, because normally they'd be having graduation parties and people would come and bring them gifts and celebrate their hard work. So do you have any of these games, that would be appropriate, graduation gifts or gifts for the Adopt a Senior program?
I think we have some. I would say it depends on the kid. Well, I did talk to one. So we adopted somebody, and then there are a couple of seniors who are actually regulars at our store that are on the Adopt Us page. So we know that they like Magic the Gathering, and so talk to their mom. Hey, what games do they like? And so I think we would make a recommendation based on the interests of the student. But I would say we have a good, if you're looking to spend $30 to $50, we have some games that would be reasonably priced in that price range for sure.
Pretty cool. So, Mother's Day is coming. If somebody wants to give their mom a gift to play, so now we have your website.
Or you want to do that educational, you want to teach, but you don't want to homeschool. You can kids learn through play. Actually, all of us learn through play. So, it's good.
I prefer to learn through play.
Yeah.
So,
relax your mind.
Yeah. So, thank you so much. I really appreciate you continuing to do what you do to bring the family and the communities together. I'm so happy that you've been able to be innovative and continue to promote your business and get these games into these households for these families, because we're, there's only so much TV you can watch. It's only so much homework you can do, so much Zoom you can do. I think we all need a break from Zoom and everything else. So
that's a real thing.
It really
That's a real thing.
is.
Zoom, what do they say? Zoom exhaustion or something like that. Yeah.
Right. So this is really awesome opportunity for the community. BlackRowanGames.com. The website is there at the bottom of the screen. You can forward this on Facebook so that people can see some of the games. Are there any final games or words or requests?
I don't know. I have some. Call us. We'll help you play stuff. We're hoping actually on Saturday afternoon we're getting organized to actually do a demo of Pandemic, this one that I showed at the beginning. So you can watch a couple of people play, and then hopefully ultimately we'll get some people to participate with us, and we'll teach games online. So that's what's up next.
Yeah, you probably need to order more of those, because I'm definitely going to get one of those for you.
It's too funny.
With that said, I'm really hoping that we can start to come out of the shelter in place. We did see the governor's announcement about what would happen, what would be required. Definitely more opportunities for curbside resale sales. So maybe you won't have to travel so much. And I've been in your store. I'm sure you're going to be ready for, to reopen and make sure that people feel safe. Any special things that you're doing to prepare to make sure that people, well, not only people, but you and your staff feel safe in the store once you get open back up?
Right. Well, we're stocked up on supplies to keep. So hand sanitizer is hard to get still, but we got supplies to make our own. So we're all set with that. World Health Organization recipe. We have masks, so we will. Right now, I don't think we're going to have people come into the store right away. We'll do the curbside and the delivery. But once they do, we'll require masks, and we'll continue to evaluate that situation. So we have those available. Hey, we're right next door to the upper room, which is like they're my favorite neighbors. I'm just going to plug them for a second because they're awesome. But they hooked us up with some great sanitizer that a doctor or a nurse confirmed will kill the germs. You spray it in 10 seconds, so we're like hooked up with that, I'm telling you, people look after us. So we're ready. We mopped the floors today. Thank you, TJ. And the bathrooms are all cleaned again. So everything, all surfaces are wiped down. So but we already did that. Before we would deliver, we would wipe down the games and wash our hands, wipe down the games, and wear masks in the car. So we're ready to go.
Yeah. Well, you sound like you're ready to go. You're ready to reopen. But even if you have a very robust website, so people make sure you go to BlackRowanGames.com, find out what games you need to hang out with your family and build a community. And let's continue to support Black Rowan Games. And I'm so happy that things are working out. And thank you so much for coming and talking to us. And did you have any other final thoughts, questions, or anything?
I just, play all the games is our hashtag we use all the time. So, you're going to get one game and then you're going to want to get a whole bunch of other games. So we are totally here for you.
We are here for you. I love it. All right, people. Well, that ends our time with Black Rowan Games. Thank you so much for supporting their store and for joining us. And we will see you online. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.